5 football fans are fighting for the honor of their game against one American sports fan. This is Go FanZone 1v5. Let's go!
The United States makes the world's biggest sports stars.
Oh, what's with the state? The world. You know the world is much bigger than just the
Very
United States. It's the whole world.
List. Golf. Tiger Woods.
Nice.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Basketball. LeBron James. Michael Jordan. You know who that is?
Love MJ. Love LeBron. Yeah.
Swimming. Michael Phelps. You know who that is?
Yeah. Great. Retired.
Gymnastics. Simone Biles. You know who that is?
No.
Who's that?
You know who Simone Biles is? Simone Biles, greatest gymnast of all time. Michael Phelps, greatest swimmer of all time. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, 2 greatest basketball players of all time. Tiger Woods, greatest golfer of all time.
But he doesn't even have the record for most Masters, so...
You don't think Tiger Woods is the best golfer of all time? So you think who is the best golfer of all time then?
No, but golf is not where I'm going to hold the sport.
Okay. No. I think golf is more
I'm going to do for you, I'm going to break down the world biggest, innit? Because you said biggest...
World's biggest, yeah.
Yeah, world's biggest. And by biggest, we mean richest? Do you mean global influence? What do you mean by biggest?
I think global influence, popularity.
Popularity, I like you said that. So, you know the top 20 athletes in the world?
Yeah.
You know 17 of the top 20 most followed athletes in the world are all soccer football stars. You do know that. Ronaldo's number 1, Messi's number 2, Virat Kohli, cricketer, so not US, he's number 3. 4 is Neymar, 5 is LeBron, and I love Bron.
Yeah.
But you know how far you have to go to that list to find Steph at 17? You gotta go through Bale, you gotta go through Suarez, you go through Ronaldinho, Mbappe, Beckham, Zlatan. There's a long list you have to go, so even in that top 20, and LeBron, the greatest of all time, and Steph is the GOAT, but no one would say Bale's the GOAT, Suarez is the GOAT, Benzema's the GOAT, but that's the influence.
When I think of a star, I'm thinking of the best at what they do.
Yeah.
American football players, best at what they do. American basketball players, best at what they do. Michael Phelps, American swimmer, best at what he does. Of those soccer players, who's the best at what they do? Ronaldo or Messi, yeah?
Yeah, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo what, 40?
Yeah.
Messi 36, 37?
Yeah.
5
LeBron
years.
what age?
LeBron 40.
Steph what age?
Steph is what, 36?
Okay, so it's still age, but my
Yeah,
whole
it's still
thing
age.
was, the good thing that you also mentioned was those are American basketball, NFL. Those are American sports. I'm talking about the world. Like I said, it's much bigger. Soccer is a global reach. Wealth-wise, Forbes list top 5. 3 out of 5 aren't US. There's Messi, there's Ronaldo, there's even Tyson Fury. He's UK boxer. So
who's the greatest boxer of all time, you think?
ooh, probably Ali. I like Ali a lot.
Who is an American, yeah.
No. Ali's definitely American, but that's what I'm
And
saying.
think of all time. Think of back in his heyday.
Yeah, Rumble on the Jungle.
You think Tyson Fury was ever as big as Muhammad Ali?
Tyson Fury's rich, huh?
You think he's ever as big? If Muhammad Ali was in 2025, he'd be richer than Tyson Fury.
The argument was who's the greatest in their field.
America produces historically the world's biggest sports
for sure.
stars. Jackie Robinson, broken racial barriers.
Drogba, stop the civil war.
Drogba did do that. Let's talk about the Olympics. Remember Steph Curry?
Who could forget? Steph Curry, 4th quarter. Looking like America, the random dominance to the end. What do? He teed up Wemby, Rudy Gobert, Evan Fournier, all very solid NBA players. When time came, when push came to shove, Steph Curry teed up, 3 or 4 threes in the past 5 minutes to clutch the game. It's the Olympics, biggest stage. Mind you, with the Olympics too, that's the biggest international stage. And who has the most Olympic medals all time?
US.
Summer Games, Olympics, US. So you see, everyone in the world, all 7 billion people are seeing America dominate.
Who's the best NBA player currently?
Best NBA player right now?
Yeah, no, in your opinion.
Jokic or Giannis?
Cool, so that's top 2. Who's the 3rd best NBA player in your opinion?
Shay.
He's American, isn't he?
No, Shay's Canadian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who would you say the 4th best player is? Luka Doncic.
I'll translate.
I'll probably say it's
Luka Doncic.
I'd agree. I think it's Luka. I do think it's
So
Luka.
what happened? Has the international people taken over the NBA scene?
No. You can't deny it. I'll make an argument even stronger. The past, I think 5 MVPs have been international.
Yeah, Embiid,
Embiid,
Jokic,
Cameroonian. Yeah. Basketball is an American sport. James Naismith, Spring from Massachusetts, sometime in 1920, found the game of basketball.
And then the American sport internationals are the biggest and best stars. They've won the latest MVPs than the Americans right now. You can't argue with that.
As of right now, yeah.
The biggest sport that's American, which is just an American-based sport, National Basketball Association of the US.
The biggest sport is football. Basketball is number 2 or 3. Baseball, you make an argument Shohei Ohtani, but you have American Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, but Shohei wasn't even an argument. Even the MLB MVP, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not US.
No, he's not American at all.
Well,
Exactly,
hold up. I will have to end the debate there. That is 3 red cards, and KM, you have been sent off. Next opponent.
topic was, do you make the biggest stars? And there's a couple of sports we actually haven't touched on. Uncle Dana White, the American who created the UFC, who's the biggest star who made him the load of money? Conor McGregor.
I would say John Jones.
John Jones.
I would say John
Listen,
You're talking about making money or talking about stardom?
The
Talking about making
person
money
that
or
put
stardom?
UFC on the map for the entire world is Conor McGregor.
No.
It's
John Jones.
John Jones
is
did
the
not
greatest
put UFC on the
fighter
map.
in the world.
That's
I will have to
because
reiterate. The question is the world's biggest stars.
Conor McGregor, first double champ in the UFC. Khabib Nurmagomedov, undefeated right now. Islam Makhachev, some of the best UFC title holders right now are all European. Another sport we forgot to touch on, by the way, tennis. The big three that we always speak about. Is there any Americans in the big three?
But
who's the best American tennis player right now? Taylor Fritz comes nowhere near. Currently number 1 and 2. Yannick Sinner. Is Yannick Sinner American?
Let him cook.
Is Carlos Alcaraz American?
I think he's a Spaniard.
He's Spanish. Oh, okay. The face of your league right now. Who is it? Victor Wembanyama. The reigning MVP, Canadian. The previous MVPs before that, 2 current MVPs, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, okay?
Yeah.
By the way, we barely touched on Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
You see,
Right
but
now, the
you
reason
can't-
why
you can't make
Inter
that
Miami became relevant is because of Lionel Messi.
Obviously.
I've seen kids.
Because nobody cares
Listen,
about the
I
MLS.
coach
Nobody cares about the
football. I have
MLS.
never seen kids wear Inter Miami tops before 2024.
Because they were founded in 2020. They're a new club.
They're a new
What?
club,
What are
and
you
who made
talking
them
about?
relevant?
They're a new club.
Who made them relevant? By the way?
David
David
Beckham. Where you found
Beckham.
him?
Where's David Beckham from?
He's a businessman. That's
where's
not a
he
sports
from?
argument.
Where's David
He's a
Beckham
businessman.
from? By the way,
He's
wait,
a
let's
as well.
the first major signing to the MLS. Tell me who it was.
Was a
Aborted.
Beckham Galaxy.
David Beckham.
Yeah.
He's an
The
Englishman.
best soccer players
and he
are-
made soccer
When's the last time-
relevant.
When's the last time
He made
England won a World Cup?
That's got. Have America won a World Cup?
No.
Have America won a World Cup?
No. How good is the American women's team?
Class, man.
Yes, they've won a World Cup.
But they're not the world's biggest stars, bro. If
I'm
you
talking
go
about
around
biggest stars,
in London, and
sport
I
by
promise you,
sport.
ask
I'm going
about
sport
these
by
people, no one would know.
Okay, so the
No one
sports
would
you
know.
said with the biggest
Respectfully.
stars are tennis,
Yes.
Europeans.
Yes.
You said UFC. Boxing has much more of a global appeal and crowd. than
Questionable.
UFC.
Right now, it's questionable. I'm not
That
gonna
is
lie to you.
questionable.
Right now, it's very
It's
debatable.
looking very questionable, but we'll let you decide in the comments who won. Was it the Americans fan or was it the 5 football fans? Next round.
American football is harder than soccer. I'll just start like this. American football, let's take one position, the quarterback, right? The quarterback, you're one position. You're responsible for knowing the offensive linemen, what they're supposed to do. That's one party. The wide receivers, that's 2 parties. The tight ends, 3 parties. The halfbacks, 4 parties. The quarterback themselves, that's a 5th party. That's just his own team. He has to also know what the defense is doing. He has to read the coverage. He has to know what the safeties are doing, whether they're man or zone. He has to know what the defensive line is doing, where they're rushing, how many people they're sending. Right? That's 6 distinct parties. That's just the mental aspect of the game. When the ball is actually snapped, physical aspect of the play. An average football play is about 3 seconds long. He has 3 seconds to make a play. Grown men, 300 pounds, 6'4" men, running at him at full speed. So he's clocking what 6 different parties on the field are doing in a 3-second time span while trying to make a play. I mean, professional footballers, they're closer to sprinters than they are to American football players. You can be on the pitch, touch the ball, 10, 11 times. In football, you turn the ball over. It might cost you the game. Soccer, you turn the ball over. Okay. Soccer, you score the ball.
Can I go?
Of course you can go.
No, go ahead.
for it, bro.
I feel like for American football that you just did and a lot of these other sports, there's a certain level of genetic superiority that you need.
Can you throw a ball 60 yards?
No, but I'm saying because you can play at any height and mostly any weight, any size, it makes.
So it's like a participation trophy.
No.
'Cause everyone can just do well.
It
any
means
size.
it means there's more focus
That's too
on
much
your
carbs.
skill and your technical ability rather than just your physical prowess.
If I was 7'2", I would not be in the NBA, despite me being 7'2".
You'd be more
because
likely.
I'll be more likely. But there is a threshold you have to meet in terms of skill.
Well, hold up.
In
That
order
is-
to be in any
Well,
professional league.
threshold.
Don't say,
in
no,
terms of
hold
height.
up. We're gonna let you stop right there. But that is 3 red cards, and you, my friend, have been sent off.
I enjoy playing FIFA. I'm a big FIFA guy, right? So I'll play my little like dynasty mode, my little like team, whatever. I can play my striker left mid. I can play him left wing. I used to play American football in high school. I played on the offensive line. I can play receiver. I can play quarterback. I can play halfback. American football, you need to have one position that you dedicate all your time in that sport at excelling at. In the NFL, for example, the only two-way player really prominently is Travis Hunter, and he's the first person really doing that in like 2 decades. and that's a big deal.
You were saying
Ronaldo
about the
playing three
quarterback,
positions.
saying, yeah, can you throw a 60-yard pass?
60
whatever.
yards. Keep in mind what 6 different parties
Okay.
are doing on the field at
Yeah.
once.
Can you do that with your feet?
How often do you have the ball in
stops,
soccer?
no nothing,
How often
no time to think.
How often is one player have the ball
Pinging
in
it
soccer?
over all the way.
What percent of the time?
Not one American footballer could do that.
What percent of the time do you reckon that one player in a soccer match has the ball?
A lot of the time.
What percent? Just say percent. Say number.
I couldn't tell you
Say
a percent
number.
because it's a
under
team
20,
sport.
under
It's 11.
20%.
Sure.
Under. Like
It
rare.
depends. It could
Probably
be
single
60%,
digits.
it could be
Probably single
10%,
digits.
it could
Because if
be-
possession's 50-50, let's say he has the ball a tenth of the time his team has possession. That's 5%. A quarterback touches the ball every single play. Offense lineman, you are blocking a player every single play.
But you're just talking about
a
number
wide
10 in
receiver.
football.
A
Number
wide
10
receiver.
number 10 has it
A
all.
wide receiver. You are
Hold
running
up,
around
Brad.
every single
Hold up,
play.
Brad. That
No,
is
guys,
Every
3
single
red
time you play
cards.
football.
Wait, that is done. The debate is done because Brad's, you have received 3
This is
red
crazy.
cards and
You guys
have
are
been
meant to be on my
sent
side.
off.
Like I was saying, Lionel Messi, your best player, your best offense player, will probably touch the ball 5 to 8% of the time. Football, every single player on the field, all 22 people, 11 on offense, 11 on defense, they are doing something every single play at maximum effort.
Okay, but is your point that they're the best athletes or it's the biggest sport?
My point is, it's more difficult than soccer.
More difficult.
More
okay, so you
difficult.
think you need to be a better athlete to be an American footballer?
Yes.
You do. Okay, I want to tell you a tale. I want to tell you a tale about a little man. His name's Martin Zubamendi.
Hold the phone here. Hold the phone. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna stop it for you. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna stop it for you. I'm gonna stop it for you. He's out. I'm getting him gone. He's done. Hey, if I ever catch anybody in a debate about Wakanda, bringing Martin Zubamendi to the table. He's done. Next person.
The little man from Rosario.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure Messi. Zubamendi.
Because this guy's 5'4", controls games, came from the
That's
islands
enough.
of
That's
Bass.
enough out of you.
And I'm hearing about
That's enough out of you right there. Please play on.
Again, a footballer's on the pitch 100% of the time.
That's true.
And as you mentioned, the defensive, offensive players are on 50% of the time dependent, right?
In soccer, you have to run a lot. That's true.
So not every defensive player is on the pitch for every single snap of the ball.
That's true. But
So
when they
again-
are on the field, they're putting maximum effort every single time. In soccer, you don't have to give maximum effort every single time, for all 90 minutes or whatever extra time you're standing
Mentally,
there.
you do though.
Mentally, in every sport, you have to do.
But even
Mentally, in every sport, you have to put that.
yeah,
you have
but
to put
even
on.
that, the maximum effort, a cornerback or a safety, when it's a run play, they're not as.
They have to go tackle the running back.
I think we spoke about being the hardest and technically, and I think a lot with footballers, the academies, you start football from a young age.
Yeah.
A lot of prominent American footballers, a few that I can name for example, started very late.
Okay.
Jordan Mailata played rugby his whole life.
Okay.
And he's now a Super Bowl champion. How can the NFL be the hardest game if someone can just pick up the sport without playing it? You
That
know a
is
lot
true.
about NFL. Let me tell you a lot about football building up from the back. If you're a centre back and you don't have to, no, that's not just it. Because you have to watch the centre forward. You have to track him over.
So you have to use your eyes. A quarterback has to throw the ball. The quarterback has to be
Or hand it off, or hand it off and let the
or hand
running
it
back
off
do the work,
of
yeah.
6 different
Quarterbacks
people.
still have to be
A
very
quarterback touches the ball every single play. A center back does not touch the ball every single play. In
Yeah,
every
but
single
every
sport,
single play he's on
in
the
American
pitch
football.
for.
In American football, every single player, all 20 players on the pitch, on the field, they have to use their eyes every single play and be aware of somebody and what they're doing.
A centre mid has to offer option passing lanes. He has to attack, he has to defend, he has to see if his left back's in trouble. Let me drop to receive it. My left winger, I need to make space open. I need to watch the man that's going to run off my shoulder and score on the counter attack. A midfielder has to do all of that. He has to be head on a swivel the whole time. The way he approaches the ball. As soon as he touches the ball, three people are closing in on him. He has to look where he needs to
And then
pass.
he
needs to
just
do the
passes the
back leg.
ball. And if he turns it over, it's not a big deal.
Whoa. I love Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard slicked out a minute and the title was over. So that was you can turn over the ball.
You can turn the ball, it can be a big deal. But
Alright,
more
listen,
often,
boys, that is the
I don't hear
end.
that.
That is the end. Is American football harder than soccer?
Much harder.
Decide in the comments.
Impossible,
Drop a like and
impossible.
subscribe, and make sure you have the notification bell turned on so you're updated when we upload.
American sports culture is better than British football culture. I repeated it prior, but when's the last time that England won a World Cup?
Bro, what has that got to do with the
Why are you
culture?
so obsessed with England World
Because,
Cup?
do you know the year?
Yeah, I do. 1966.
Wow.
Bro, have you got a date? Have you got a
We've been
date?
around 60 years.
Have you
yeah.
got a date?
My point is winning is at the epicenter of culture. What's the point of culture if you can't win?
True.
Your culture hasn't led to a winning culture.
What has your culture led to? What kind of winning has your culture led?
Who has the most Olympic gold medals?
Yeah, calm.
Who has the most Olympic gold medals?
But what's that got to do with culture? That's talking.
Because
You're
the
talking about your
culture is
athletes.
a culture of winning.
Listen, I'm tapped into NBA quite a lot.
Yeah.
Most of the games that I'm watching, the atmosphere is rubbish until literally the last minute and a half if it's a very, very close game. And that's when, again, you get the same chance. defense, or like the same stuff. With that, you need cheerleaders to come in on the timeout and get the crowd going. With football, Dan Burn will make a tackle. St. James's Park, 60,000 people in that stadium will start going crazy.
Tell me about the New York Knicks last season in the playoffs.
New York Knicks.
The atmosphere out after games in the streets, they were rioting.
Yeah.
People calling it Gotham City.
They're a very, very lively bunch. You go to a New York Knicks game, I think it's comparable to an Arsenal game, a Man U game, a Man City game. After they made it to the
But
conference
that's what I'm
finals
saying.
last year.
You have to wait till May for it to be a
But
great
also,
atmosphere.
my point with that,
Why do I have to wait till May to
soccer is
finally
the
find some
only
Knicks
thing you
fans?
guys
We like
have. Soccer is the only sport you guys can get hyped for. People get hyped for baseball, for football, for basketball, for hockey. In America, in Boston, for example, I have the Celtics, I have the Patriots, I have the Red Sox, I have the Bruins. 4 teams out of the past 15 years have won championships. British fans get excited when a little play is done in a soccer match. The stadiums are packed out because there's no alternative option. If you had like something I have, where I have 4 very good sports teams I can support year in, year out, you would have not a concentration of fans packing out the Manchester United Stadium, Old Trafford, every Sunday, every Saturday, every weekend when they play a game. It would be a different story. With America, you have the distinct culture for every single sport. With baseball, you Sweet Caroline, I think bottom seventh inning, they swing
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say Sweet Caroline?
Sweet Caroline?
Sweet Caroline, as in the Sweet Caroline, as in the ones that the England fans be singing.
Caroline.
We sing that as well.
We sing that. That's our song, bro. That's our song.
That's an English artist made
That's a
that.
British song.
An English artist made that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Bro, it's
verify
British
that? Can we verify?
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
I have just got word in my ear that it was an American artist who made that.
Yeah, you played
So,
yourself.
what were you saying for that?
Sweet Caroline, isn't it?
Yeah, Sweet Caroline.
Shout
I
out
thought it was
Piche,
yours.
shout out Piche.
Last time I checked
Sweet
it,
Caroline.
Let's say Man United are doing not so great in the Premier League and Man City are flying. No matter where we are in the league, if those two teams play against each other, that's when the fans get up for that game.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a serious game. Form goes out the window and it becomes a proper game.
It's a rivalry game.
If you match up Brooklyn Nets right now against New York Knicks, is that going to be a really big game? Are the fans going to get really up for it? Because
that's a bad
one team's
comparison.
doing not
That's a
so
bad
great.
comparison.
It's not. I'm just saying.
It has nothing to do with it being a rivalry game.
It's situational. So the build up to the game, for example, a week beforehand, the Manchester derby, all the fans are talking about it.
Hold up. You know what all the fans are talking about? How you've
getting
got
off.
3 red cards and you are out.
So, wait, Liverpool's your team. If Liverpool won the Premier League this season, what would the celebration be? How would the...
Crazy parades, crazy shut down the whole city. People coming in all over the country, Europe, everywhere. American fans coming in. Football's a global influence. When we win and we do it big,
That's comparable to America. Because what you said, if Liverpool won the EPL,
Yeah.
they have a parade.
Yeah.
Celtics won the championship 2 years ago. I was at the parade.
Yeah.
Whole city was shut down. I was at work.
Tell me
Actually,
about the match day experience.
the match day experience. Look, you have a college football game day, right?
yeah.
People are waking up 5, 6 a.m., right? They're going straight to it. They're getting to the stadium about 4 or 5 hours before kickoff and tailgating. The tailgate experience is an integral part of the college football experience. You probably have 15,000 people show up. You have alumni coming back. People graduated 20, 30, 40 years ago coming back. Like, the culture is there, and it's there every single Saturday.
I think it's very similar. So on different grounds, you talk about people coming back, alumni. You have the class of 92 coming back, invested in Salford and raising that, documentaries given insight and really putting that spotlight on the clubs. But I think a lot of what you mentioned, the tailgate experience, and you even said football's an afterthought because your culture's premeditated a lot on lying and cheating. That's what it is. We know. Let's keep
That's
it.
some big allegations
Let's
right
keep
there.
it frank. The NFL, the 2 biggest scandals: Spygate and Deflategate. Big scandal. Even you talk about the NBA. What's happened right now?
That got nothing to do with hoops.
No.
That got nothing to do with
I'll be
hoops.
honest, what's that got?
That got nothing to do with basketball.
I'm gonna link it.
You talking about poker?
I'm gonna link it because you're talking about the culture, where the culture is betting.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the culture now.
No, yes,
in
sports
England.
culture.
In
Yeah,
England.
I'll let you go. Let me
Okay, go.
because you talk about the culture, and a lot of the culture you've derived. You talk about the tailgate, a lot of the barbecue and the drinking, all throughout. You spoke about winning and having a good culture. That winning comes from a lot of cheating, stealing, and that comes from.
So he's talking about the unsavory aspects of American
which is
sports
culture. It is sports culture as well.
I mean, to that, like FIFA, they've had their scandals. Juventus, which I guess is Italian football, but they've had their scandals. Scandals are commonplace in every single major sports league. It's not unique to the NFL. It's not unique to the NBA. You can find it in FIFA. You can find it in the EPL. You can find it everywhere.
Pick in the comments who you think won. Was it the American fan or was it the 5 Premier League fans? On to the next round.
The United States would dominate soccer if they focused on it. I just want to start by asking you, why do you think that's false?
in the population of America at the moment, do you reckon focus on football, soccer, as you call it?
10-15%.
10-15%, and America's quite a big country. But I think we've got way more than 60 or 70% better talents than you. If you're saying the crown of your jewels is Christian Pulisic, probably over the past 10-15 years, Landon Donovan, whoever, we can talk about Gerrard, Scholes, Alan Shearer, Declan Rice. There's so many names you can name.
But the question is, what would America need to do in order to,
Remind me, England.
Yeah.
The home of British football.
Yeah.
Hasn't been able to win a World Cup since 1966.
Okay, but then you can talk about Brazil or Argentina or smaller Chile or Wales. What about Wales? If you want to talk about Wales, the population of people who focus on football in Wales is a tiny percent. Yeah, you got the likes of Gareth Bale.
But Ian Rush, my point is, it's the sport. My point is, if America wasn't focusing on the number one sport, which is the NFL, the number two sport, MLB, the number three sport, which is the NBA. If people invested the time, money, resources they put into those three major sports, that America would dominate soccer. Women's soccer.
But the best women's footballer of all time is not American.
The best woman.
Marta is Brazilian. Marta is Brazilian.
The best women's franchise of all time is American. What?
But you can be a great franchise, but I'm talking about the best player. We're talking about ability here. You're saying America's going to produce better talent if they more focus on it. But they're focused on women's football and they haven't produced the best talent. Marta is the best women's player of all time.
The US women's team has won 4 World Cups. Marta, Brazilian.
Marta won the Ballon d'Or so many times they had to name an award after her.
How many times she won the World Cup?
It's now called the Marta
she's won the World Cup? Soccer's a team game. Last time I checked. Soccer's a team game.
You're not wrong about that. It's a team game.
It is a team game.
It's a team game.
Well, hold up. Well, that is 3 red cards, and JF, you have been sent off.
I feel like it's not as easy as just saying if we invest time and resources, we'll be the best. India is a country with a lot of resources. They have a large population, one of the largest in the world, along with China as well. But they haven't produced any footballing talent. For a nation to be good at football, it's not just about the population and the money. It's also the culture and the style of play, like Spain, for example. Why they are just so successful in football is because they have a style of play. Almost that is what Spanish football is. Tiki-taka. Brazil, they have the most World Cups. Juga Benito, skill, flair. That's a big part of their footballing identity as well. Even in England, we have a style of play traditionally, which is physicality, running, tackling hard. 4-4-2 is a very iconic formation made in England.
So why did France win the World Cup?
France have an amazing football culture as well. In terms of
how would you?
They're very skillful, aggressive, physicality. These are all.
Those are all very vague terms you could use to describe any good football player.
That's their technicality as well. That's.
I would hope so if they're playing in the World Cup. I would hope so.
But that style of play is a huge part of France, and you can see that through the players they've produced. Thierry Henry, Mbappe comes a couple generations after, who's almost an identical player to Henry. So this is similar in how they, this is the culture, and America doesn't have that.
I guess if your argument is America doesn't have that, I think there are soccer players that are aggressive and skillful in America, though.
No, but what's your identity? How do you guys play football? What's your formation? What's your plan?
That's the head coach. I'm not gonna lie.
Pulisic.
You're saying England runs a 4-4-2, and that's why they're good at football.
That's a traditional formation. That's one of the most iconic.
So if America run a 4-4-2, we're gonna win the World Cup.
The question
so
was,
is England running a 4-4-2?
Hold on, wait a minute. That is 3 red cards, and that's gonna end the debate there. Comment below who you think won, and if America would dominate football if they just locked in. Football is boring compared to American sports, but before we start, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe. Ose, begin.
In the past 7 UFA Champions League finals, which is the...
We are interrupting this speech for an advert. Sorry, I was watching American sports for Karen.
I like that right there. I like that.
All right, let's get to the point then. In the last 7 UEFA Champions League finals, which is supposed to be the pinnacle of European club football, there have been 7 clean sheets. What's not boring about that?
Bro, you're talking to an Arsenal fan, bro. I love clean sheets. There's nothing
you have a game
wrong
that's absolutely dominated by one team, year after year after year after year after year. That's 7 straight seasons where the final game of the club football is a boring game.
Why is it boring?
It's scoreless. A game that's an absolute beatdown is not entertaining to me.
Why?
I think it's the 2 best teams in Europe, and you see one's absolutely bludgeoned the other.
Do you think American sports is boring until the 4th quarter?
I'm pretty sure I turned American sports on like one time. I'm not an avid watcher of American sports, put that out there. But I'm pretty sure I saw Dora the Explorer in one of your big events.
Soccer is the most boring. Soccer is one of the most boring sports imaginable. I came to watch sport,
and I'm seeing Dora the Explorer. So
you're telling me you're an Arsenal fan, yeah? How far do you live away from the stadium?
20 minutes.
So you travel 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Get all excited. dressed up, put your kit on, go to the game, get a good seat. Yeah,
Full kit.
They're playing Chelsea.
Shin
Yeah, and you can see them play 90 minutes of football. Let's say it's raining, it's pouring.
Yeah,
and you
even
see
better.
0-0, and you go home. Damn.
But that's,
That's the point. It's the
That's
point.
it.
okay, if Steph Curry in his prime is playing a game of NBA, yeah.
And he hits 9
how many
threes.
times are you going to see him hit a free?
A
game,
lot.
Yeah, a lot.
I'd say after the 8th time I've seen him go to the corner and work a free. It's probably not as exciting to me.
So if
But
Messi,
if
if
the-
Messi
I don't
scores-
know about that one.
If Messi scores,
I don't know about that one.
Wait, so whenever players
Hold up.
whenever players scores a hat trick, whenever players scores a hat trick, you're like, you go
That is
sleep.
3 red cards. And by the way, in the Olympics, they were calling Steph Curry the devil in the final. So I would like for you to know that is 3 red cards and UJF have been sent off. Next opponent. Alright, Firaz, play on.
One thing I will say before you add anything on is football is the only sport in the entire world where a point, a goal, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have to be scored and the match can still be entertaining. Every other sport requires a point, a basket, a score, whatever you want to call it, for it to be a good game.
From the 2013 and 2014 season to 2018-2019 season, do you know what the EPL's revenue was? It grew 85%. In 2019-2020, the 2023-24, do you know what it grew? 15%. It reduced in 60% in growth in a period of, 5 years? Do you know why? Because people are bored of the sport.
I don't think that's
It's
the
a
main
worse
reason.
product.
No, I don't
So
think
what-
that's
so
the
why
main
do you think it
reason.
is? Why do you think it
Listen,
is?
the analytics, you can talk to me about that.
60%.
I'm talking about.
Do you know how big
entertainment of
60%
football.
is?
Football. Listen, football entertainment.
Do you know
remains.
revenues from primarily viewership, sponsorship, ticket sales, and adverts? So what do you think the problem is?
Firstly, if you want to talk about ticket sales, that's because of
everything's sold
prices.
out. Yeah, prices.
Tickets are expensive now, especially like.
I mean, if
the
they're
most
entertaining, they'll be
expensive
worth the
season.
price.
Not
No?
really, but listen, people aren't going to spend ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Tottenham got the most expensive season.
But everything's
ticket in
gotten more
the entire
expensive.
world.
NBA's gotten more expensive. MLB and
Well,
NFL,
if- when
and
you
they're
talk about
growing
ticket
in
prices,
revenue.
I'm talking about the
year after
entertainment of
year.
football.
English people are watching the NFL, MLB, and NBA now are sky high rates.
You guys are only competing
And
with
also,
yourselves. You're
so
only competing with yourselves.
they're watching.
With the Premier
They're watching
League,
more
we've
NBA and MLB,
Hold
NBA,
up.
and
That
watching
is
less
4.
of the
Wait, hold
EPL.
up. That is 4 red cards, and Firaz, you have been sent off.
Firstly, I think you made a comment about the end of Champions League finals all being like a blowout. But your Super Bowl this year was a blowout, so that wasn't exciting. We saw City win their first Champions League. We saw PSG win the first Champions League.
Past
Mbappe
seven,
had
the best
left. We
7
have a
NBA champions
storyline.
have all been 7 different franchises.
Yeah, but even
parity
with
in
all
the
of them,
league.
not all of them went to Game 7. I think 2 or 3,
Yeah.
which means it wasn't a highly competitive final.
That's
Because
not
they didn't go
necessarily true. If a
it's
game
a-
goes to 6 games, also competitive, comparable to NBA Finals, your comparison to the Champions League, it'll be 1 game, which will be, as like the data suggests, it will just be a clean sheet.
But you look at the storylines, the magic that can happen. Have you not heard of Sergio Aguero? Aguero! Last minute of the game.
is true.
Last minute of the game. It was a tie.
You
That
can
was the
have
last minute
clutch
of the game,
moments.
and they
But
won
if Aguero
everything.
misses that shot, nothing happens.
No. Man United win the Premier League. And everyone.
How many times have you heard blocked by James? Like, those
blocked by James.
Those
Yeah,
are
that was one
classic
black-
calls.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
never tried to do Ronaldo's free kick in the playground. Like
Or
he
even
starts.
No, I did the suit
You've
before.
done that. You've
Even
done
if
that.
no
shot
player
at
celebrates
Kobe?
Kobe.
Wait, hold
You
up.
never said shot at Kobe?
The question
Come on,
is,
bro.
the question is, I have to reiterate, football is boring compared to American sports.
I'll watch a soccer match if it's a big match. I watch the UEFA Champions League final. I watch the World Cup games. I watch Man U occasionally because like they're my favorite EPL team. But other case,
No wonder you find it boring. I hear it still.
Do you think?
That's post Fergie. I get why you find it boring still.
Caleb, do you think football has gotten more boring in the last 15 years? And do you think VAR have ruined the game?
Not at all. Even the football players now say, "Oh, I don't know if I can celebrate a goal yet to the VAR check." You see that still image. You don't even know if it's offside or not yet.
so how's that different than
And then it comes
timeouts in
in.
the fourth quarter though?
That is
No,
you're
How
not
is that
wrong about
different than
that.
timeouts in the fourth
Because
quarter?
VAR can happen at any point in the game. I'm talking about the last
So you
2
can,
3
so you're
minutes.
telling me you can
That's worse.
elongate the game, any point of the game is better than elongating it in the most suspenseful part of the game?
No, I'm saying every single bit of your fourth quarter, it will come down to if it's a close game, there will always be timeouts.
If soccer had
Things like
timeouts,
that.
you think Pep Guardiola would use a timeout if he had one?
He can talk to his players on the pitch.
You can
talking
talk to
about
all
timeout?
11 at once. They have headsets. What?
Yeah, no, but right there, he's on the touchline. Have you never seen a sub coming on a piece of paper and
he's
going
screaming
there?
at them. But if the
Yeah.
player's all the way across the pitch, there's no way you can communicate with them.
Yeah, but the reason
I'm
why
saying that
timeouts will work,
timeouts
the
are
pitch is
implemented
much
in the
bigger.
game of
Yeah.
basketball to be a strategic initiative for coaches to talk to their players at
Alright,
integral
alright.
point.
Let us know down below which one is better, football or American sports.
The Super Bowl is the greatest sporting event in the world.
No chance, bro. Absolutely no chance. But I just want to hear your points first.
All right, Super Bowl. You have two of the almost always the best teams in the sport. of American football, which is one of the most popular sports in the world. I know you're gonna say soccer is the most popular sport, but say soccer's falling off as a popularity. Super Bowl getting more viewers every year. Super Bowl, you have one of the greatest performances as a sport. And you have the game itself. You have two highly contested halves, and we already went through why American football is a more entertaining sport than soccer. I think American football is the most entertaining sport, period, which makes why the Super Bowl is like the best sporting event. And then, of course, you have the halftime show. The halftime show, people who don't watch football, people don't watch football, watch the halftime show.
Because you want to watch football.
Because you have something for everybody with the Super Bowl. You have, firstly, the commercials, and people watch the Super Bowl, see Super Bowl commercials. They're entertaining. It's entertainment.
That making the greatest sports because people pay for ads.
It's sports. It's sports are spectacle. It's the same thing. Sports are a product. And then you have the halftime show, which is the pinnacle of entertainment in the sporting world.
What a sport. The halftime show.
The halftime show.
What a sport.
The halftime show.
What a sport.
You see how athletic those dancers are. You couldn't do that.
Nah, come on, bro. We're here for the sports, man.
We're here for the sport. We're here for the sport, yes, but we're also here for the entire product in itself. So what do you think is the most entertaining sporting event in the world?
Bro, it's the World Cup.
The World Cup
biggest stage.
The World Cup what?
World Cup anything.
So the World Cup first round match.
There's more people.
The World Cup qualifying stage is as entertaining as the World Cup final. That's what you're saying?
Literally any stage of the World Cup, you're gonna have people, millions of people watching it. 125 million people watch your Super Bowl, right? A normal game in the EPL between us two, Man City and Liverpool, 700 million, and that's just a normal game. Imagine World Cup final, Champions League final. This is ridiculous numbers we're talking about. Insane.
I mean, so is your point is it's more entertaining because of the viewership?
Yes, because more people watch it.
So if less people watched it, would the product itself be less entertaining?
Yes, that's the whole point. More people watch it, more entertainment.
So how does 700 million people watching the game affect how you perceive how entertaining it is? That doesn't have an effect.
But the point you made previously was that the EPL viewership has gone down.
Yeah.
That's why it's not as entertaining.
His point is entertaining because of viewership. He didn't talk about anything about the actual game itself.
Brad, tell me about that group with Japan, Spain, Costa Rica, and Germany. How that group kept changing in the last game of the
That was the best group of the whole tournament. And I would argue that's better watching that than the Super Bowl. We're seeing Japan. They topped the group with Germany and Spain in it.
I mean, that's a classic underdog story. If you want to talk about unexpected things and comebacks, you have Tom Brady, Patriots, Atlanta Falcons, Super Bowl, down 28-3, coming back to win the game in overtime in the biggest stage. You can't do that in a group stage. It's not
hold up, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because Brad's, that is 3 red cards and you have been sent off.
Firstly, I must say, you're a very respectable person. You said a lot of great points, but this is where I draw the line. You said some diabolical things today, but I think this might be the worst one yet. Now, the magical thing about the World Cup, it creates stars. James Rodriguez, before that World Cup, was not known by anybody. That is the James Rodriguez World Cup, okay? You want to talk about Brazil? Everyone remembers David Luiz's free kick. And you know what else everyone talks about Brazil? What happened to them, how they got dismantled by Germany in that World Cup. Mario Götze, somebody who was ruled off with his injuries and said he was going to be a flop, and then he ends up scoring the winner in the World Cup final. You want to go back to previous World Cups, 2006, the Italy-France World Cup final.
Tell him.
There's a man called Zinedine Zidane who had the audacity to hit a Panenka in a World Cup final. And then, what does he do after? Headbutt somebody in the same match and get him set up in his final match. The France-Argentina World Cup, I promise you, I could be here forever talking to you about that game. You're talking about one of the greatest players of all time against somebody that's going to be one of the greatest players of all time. The present against the future, Messi against Mbappe. And what do? They both show up. Bro, it's incomparable. It's incomparable, bro. They don't even come close.
You never felt that. You don't feel that feeling.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna save you right there. This has been Goal Fan Zone 1 versus 5. Who do you think won? The American fan or the 5 football Premier League fans? Comment down below, drop a like and subscribe.